What's happening, YouTube? It's Simon466 Cards. Happy 4th of July to everybody in the United States of America. Given that I'm releasing this on July 4th, I thought I'd make a very US centric video today based on incorporating US geography with cards. I can't say this is my idea. I saw this from Women on Tops, which you can see here is on my screen right now. I put this up a couple of weeks ago with some mock cards. One of Caitlin Clark, who plays for Iowa. She's a very famous women's college basketball player. And if you look at the screen right now, you can see they've made this fake card using the shape of the state that she plays in as a die cut. And I think that's a tremendously unique idea that, if brought to college cards, would make them more interesting, would maybe bring some new people into the hobby, as well as bringing more interest into college cards, which are a little bit niche as of right now, as far as I can tell, right? They obviously don't bring as much attention or dollars or interest as pro sports, right? But I think doing something like this will get that college passion into the game a little bit more, because obviously a lot of passion for which states people come from and or cheer for as well. So I think bringing that in would help. Another one here from Women on Tops, and I should say, if you are interested in women's cards, Women on Tops is a great account to follow. Getting back to this is Ohio State. She's done a mock-up for a Katie Smith card. So this, again, looks really, really cool with this as a die cut for Ohio. And so I thought, bring this over to the men's side. Wouldn't this be a great idea for Fanatics and Tops for some of their Bowman University cards, etc., etc.? So, and I have nowhere near the level of skill that Women on Tops has designing something like this. Mine is going to be a very rudimentary attempt at what they might look like, but I think they look kind of cool based off of, I'm going to say, like 15-20 minutes of PowerPoint shenanigans on my behalf. So let's take a look at what they might look like. So here's here's Peyton Manning from Tennessee. I think this looks kind of cool. The problem is the state is more of a horizontal state, like it's stretched up horizontally, so you have to flip it vertically to make it look like this, which I think looks a lot better. This is what the actual state looks like. He'd have to be a sideways, but I think this kind of looks cool, right? I'm again, like, let me be clear, there'll be more to these cards. Leave that up to professional designers, but I think that'd be interesting, right? It'd be something unique at the very least. So let's move on to the next one. Tim Tebow. I thought of this one because Florida is a very weird and oddly shaped state, and we have a few of those in the United States. And so maybe you do something like this where he's kind of hovering outside the state, because like fitting him on this like weird L-shaped or gun-shaped plot of land is a little bit hard. So maybe you do something like this and make this still a die cut, but you know, you have these little islands here that making a die cut a little bit harder. But another idea. And obviously a manufacturer could simplify the shape of the cards as well to make it still approximate, but maybe not to the level of detail as we see here. And then that got me thinking, well, not everybody went to a college that is based on a state. What happens if you went to a city-based college, right? Like Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He went to UCLA, so maybe you use some skyline stuff like this, right? Like, again, apologies for how rudimentary this is, but I think these type of die cuts would be a really, really cool design. I think it would bring new interest. I think it would increase interest in the hobby, as well as increase interest in college cards. And maybe you could even do this for pro cards using the skyline. Excuse that in the background. My work computer is going bonkers. Such is life when you try to make these videos on work time. And then lastly, again, I just cannot overemphasize how basic these are, but Michael Jordan, North Carolina. This is kind of cool, right? This is kind of cool. You'd probably want to buy this, right? If it was, designed a lot better. But it's just an interesting idea that I saw from someone. I thought I'd share it with everybody else. So that's it. That's the video. Happy 4th of July to everybody. Do a quick preview of the next video. It's going to talk about flawless one of ones and how there might just be a little too many. Thanks as always for listening and watching, and I will talk to you all soon. Cheers.